Hi guys, how are you? I hope you're super well. Well, there's a question that I'm always asked, and it is whether there are foods that cure stuttering. There is a kind of I don't know, type of diet that can cure stuttering. And the truth is that there is no scientific evidence, nor is this related to the topic of stuttering. But there is something that is important. What is important is that having a balanced diet, a good diet, a diet rich in protein is indeed good for health. And it is also good in that it gives you nutrients and your body feels good. It often happened to me at university, which was one of the stages where I most felt the issue of stuttering, that I would constantly eat panzerotes, sodas, fried products. Obviously, I also ate some good things at the same time, like at home and everything. But the truth is, since I spent a lot of time at the university, I ate all this type of food and was always very tired. I always felt a lot of fatigue. And honestly, I always had that feeling of heaviness. Like I would fall asleep faster because they are foods that are not really rich in nutrients. They are very high in sugars. They are foods that are very heavy. So you feel like your whole body is heavy all day. So it's very difficult. All these types of foods for the whole topic of development and process related to stuttering, which has to do with an energy issue. So it's always good to maintain a balanced diet, a good diet, because besides health, it will give you energy for the whole process related to the issue of stuttering. Another important thing is exercise. So combining exercise with nutrition is very powerful, not only for health reasons, but because there is something that exercise does, that it is an important factor and is one of the important things in the process of overcoming stuttering, and it is self-esteem. And what happens with exercise is that although obviously it's part of health, exercise, when you do it consistently, you feel good, you look good, you know you are having those changes, you look sexy, you see yourself with a nice body, you look beautiful, you look in the mirror and you say, hey, how cool I am, look at these muscles, how nice, I already feel more confident. And that is an important part of self-esteem, which is one of the important things in the process of overcoming stuttering, because it is very curious that people who have not overcome stuttering on the mental side are people with very low self-esteem. And the fact that you exercise, that you feel good, that you feel beautiful, and that you see the changes in yourself, that greatly boosts self-esteem, and it's much easier to have that process of overcoming stuttering. In fact, it's rare to see someone who has been exercising for a long time and has a very nice body and very good health who doesn't have that kind of presence. You see that people who have been at the gym for a long time and have that focus on their body are people who have that presence. Although obviously everyone has their issues and things, because it might be a person who is broken inside, it's someone who physically has that confidence regarding their body, like presence. There are also many people who tell me, oh, when I drink, when I have alcohol, when I have beer, I kind of calm down, I get in my groove, I stop caring about others, I feel secure. And it is true, obviously when people drink, they loosen up a bit more, but that's something that instead of doing you good, it can do you harm. First, because alcohol is bad, and second, because you are giving the power to something. Since you do not have the ability, strength, and power to do it yourself, then you resort to needing to drink alcohol, to needing to drink beer, to feel in the zone. And since what others say affects you, then you need something to take something, a pill, whatever, to feel good and to feel good. And that is honestly a myth, and it's truly sad that you have to give something a power, right? You hand over the baton to it to control your life. So since I'm not drinking, then I can't enter like in that group, right? Since I'm not drinking, I can't ask that person to dance with me, or I don't know what, right? Because of course, since I don't have the ability to do it, then I'm giving the CA allopathy power to that. For example, something that happens to me is that I'm at a party and many people say, hey, you're like drinking, hey, you've drunk a lot. But the truth is that I haven't drunk anything. But people, just because they don't see it a little more like that, then they think one is drinking. But because I can do whatever I want, I mean, I can be wherever I want because I don't give power to anything. So I can be at a party and I can make the party a show without needing to resort to drinking. If you are giving power to those things, like needing a pill for relaxation, for anxiety, needing to drink at the party to then behave and be more confident, they are giving the power because you don't have the ability to do it, and it's quite sad every time this happens. You will always depend on that, and those are the dependencies in stuttering that we will see later. One of the things that might not go well with stuttering in terms of diet is all these types of drinks like caffeine, like energy drinks, and all these kinds of things kind of upset you a little, right? Because all these types of drinks create anxiety. But the truth is, it doesn't matter much. I mean, if you have a very good mental part and if you have a very well developed mind, the truth is that it is not really important when overcoming stuttering. In fact, it's hard to say, but it is so. Exercise, diet, you can have a messed up diet, a diet of fried foods, junk food, whatever. You can do no exercise, but if you have the mental part very well, the truth is that the rest really, it doesn't add anything at all. I'll end with a story, and it's that long ago it was thought that eating a lot of salt caused stuttering, right? Here in Colombia, it's a term that is very commonly used, not as much as before. And maybe in Brazil, it is very common, right? Stuttering, being a stutterer. And it was thought that consuming a lot of salt caused stuttering. So I was always told as a child that if I ate a lot of salt, because that was a myth that existed. I don't know where it came from. I don't know what on earth came out of that. So what happened is that obviously I was very young and I believed that thing, and what I did was carry these little sugar things they give you in the tea. So I constantly kept eating a lot of sugar because I thought that since salt caused me to stutter, I could counteract it. So I also kept eating a lot of mini ciguera, here mini ciguera, like those candies, like that sugar that gave certain flavors. They came in little straws like this. Then you would eat them, and well, guys, to wrap up, this is the topic of foods. If there are foods that cure stuttering, the truth is that there are no foods that cure stuttering. One important thing is to try to make everything add up. So it's important to have a balanced diet, because when you're dealing with stuttering, everything that adds up helps you. It helps because if something makes climbing easier, it's good to do it. And exercise, honestly, is quite fundamental, not just for health, but also for self-esteem. That it is one of the important factors in stuttering. And as I say, well, I have a lot of experience with many kids who come to me, many kids who thank me, many adults as well, and they tell me, look, what happens is that my mind is like this, my mind is such and all that, and it is very likely that most do not have that self-esteem. In fact, most people who come to me have self-esteem. On the other hand, when you exercise, it increases that part of your body. And remember, one of the things related to stuttering is how you see yourself, because stuttering is constantly related to speech, and speech is related to monkeys. We show ourselves, and if you look good, and if you have a very good presence, and if you feel confident, healthy, if you feel beautiful, if you feel that you are doing something nice for your body, if you feel that your body is a temple that you take care of and that you feel beautiful and everything, then you will be much more confident when expressing yourself and presenting yourself to others, because it is very likely, and it happens a lot, that people who come to me are individuals with very low self-esteem and who don't feel good, and their self-esteem in everything is very poor. Well, thank you so much, guys, and I hope you do super, 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 super well. Boom!